In the Netherlands, the RIVM, or National Institute for Public Health and Environment, reports that since the last update, another 346 people in the Netherlands have tested positive for COVID-19. Let's verify that with our EBC correspondent, Malu Francisco. Malu?
Oh, hello, Judith. Yes, a pleasant morning from the Netherlands, and to all of you, a pleasant day. And we wish that life is moving on. That's to be expected. Yes, you're right, Judith. With the figures, at the moment, the number of positive tested persons in the Netherlands, according to the Dutch National Institute for Public Health and the Environment, 2,051. And let's just get a brief profile of these numbers. And the number of positive tests, we have said already, it's 2,051. The total number of people in the country who have been diagnosed with the virus. Roughly a fourth of those infected, 485, work in the healthcare industry. And those workers are tested more frequently than anyone else. Of course, we need to take care of the healthcare workers at this time. In total, 58 people have now died with the disease, and the dead are between 63 and 95 years old. Now, about the approach of the Netherlands in handling the coronavirus or COVID-19, okay, you must have heard of the group immunity. And that is the approach of the Netherlands, which has been criticized even on the international scene. And this approach has been explained by the head of the Dutch National Institute for Public Health and the Environment. He says that group immunity is absolutely not an aim in itself. It is not an aim, but rather just a means. Okay? While the people are waiting for the right vaccine to be developed. In the meantime, while that is going on, the Netherlands is strong on the different measures to ensure maximum control of the fastest spread, of the rapid spread of the disease. So that is the Netherlands approach. And by the way, the speech of the Prime Minister, Mark Rutte, was accepted by the majority of the members of the parliament. And they're going for no lockdown at the moment. No, not yet. Although there could be a possibility depending on the developments of the situation. And you might be asking, what about the economic effects of this COVID-19? Yeah, definitely, just like in many countries all over the world, the coronavirus is having a major impact on Dutch businesses. It's brought, of course, one of the major industries, export industries of the Netherlands. We have the flour industry. And it has brought flour exports to a near standstill. According to the Ministry of Social Affairs, he received over 48,000 requests from companies for working time reduction, just like the KLM. KLM requested 70% working time reduction for all workers, saying it has to reduce its flights to 10 to 20% of the normal schedule. And from the European Union, to assist the different businesses and entrepreneurs, the European Union will allow member states, and that includes the Netherlands, to temporarily grant direct subsidies or tax benefits up to 500,000 euros to support companies affected by the virus. As to panic buying, well, at this time, medicines are very important. The government has already laid out some measures to avoid panic buying of medicines. And in order to do that, the Ministry of Public Health agreed with pharmacies, drugstores, and wholesalers to limit the amount of medicines sold per customer. Well, so far, Judith, that's what we can report at the moment, but we'll keep updating you.
Malu, what about
Yes, go
work?
ahead.
Those who cannot report to work because they either have or were exposed to COVID-19, will they be compensated?
Oh, that we need to verify because, of course, okay. I've asked one of the workers, not here in the Netherlands, but I don't know if this is also the similar approach here. That with the reduction, the compensation is also reduced. However, whatever is reduced will be taken care of by the government because it's a policy in many countries here, like Germany and the Netherlands, that even though you may not be employed at the moment, but you will not go hungry, you will not go homeless. So they have something already in place. But that is one thing that we shall be digging into, and we'll find out more about that so that we can share with you more information. And of course, continuous working from home. And some people would do like shifting. So they have a skeletal force in their offices. Could be just one person, and then the others are working as support from their home.
Okay, and what's the deal with restaurants and foods? What will be open?
Well, open, of course, the food stores are open, but restaurants are closed. Um, the other establishments, the gyms, and all that. Regarding panic buying, I went to a supermarket in my hometown here, okay, and there's a lot of food. And the Prime Minister Mark Rutte, earlier said, we don't have to panic buy. We don't need to hoard food. We have more than enough. As you know, the Netherlands is actually, although it's really very small, it is the number two exporter of agricultural goods in the world next to the United States. And yet the Netherlands is 200 times much smaller than the United States. So what I found out is that in the supermarket that I visited, the bread shelves are almost empty. Then I asked one of the workers, she told me, okay, the Dutch usually eat bread for breakfast, for lunch, and then for evening, they eat something a bit heavy. Like they would have potatoes, perhaps noodles or rice. So that's how it is. But as far as food is concerned, when we talk of food, they have a lot. They have cheese, they have the dairy products, and all that.
All right, so now what do you do to entertain yourselves when almost everything is on a lockdown now?
Oh, it's limitless. I have so many things that I can do, a variety, and one of them is getting to know my hometown. So, in fact, I went around to take a closer look at my hometown. And this COVID experience also affords me my first experience, like seeing for the first time the main street without traffic jam and talking for the first time lengthily with the people, let's say, at the flower shops and looking at the flower shops and just imagining that I am in a park. But anyway, talking about parks, just before I forget, because many people are asking already, yeah, we know about the spring flower garden near Amsterdam, and that is Kokenhof, where you have really millions, 7 millions of bulbs planted every year. And this is a showcase for the different flowers and also for the ingenuity of the Dutch in, in taking care of their environment at the same time, keeping it beautiful. Well, for those who have been longing to visit the Kokenhof near Amsterdam, the opening on March 21 has been postponed until further notice or perhaps after, I think after April 6th. So Judith, uh, Other things that I'm doing is that I go through my travel files and I am producing something now, like comparing the pre-COVID 19 scenery and the present COVID 19 scenery. So just the atmosphere. Yeah. And so that's why stand by when we come up with the productions or with the finished features that I'm working on, we get the chance to travel. Although traveling at the moment is banned, but through our programs here on EBC, we'll be able to take you along to different places.
Right, thank you so much for your time, Malu, and please keep safe, and we hope to hear from you this coming days.
Thank you very much, Judith, reporting from the Netherlands, Marilu Francisco. We live in interesting times.